Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurfai Somal Kolbi and I am from the 8th grade of An Namiroh Junior High School. Firstly, I want to say thanks to our God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has been giving us mercy, blessing, and strength to go through these tough times. Secondly, I want to send our salutation to our most beloved Prophet in the world, Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They say, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. And lastly, I want to thank all of you who is watching my video under the title of Islam is not terrorism. A lot of people come to assume, especially non-Muslims, they think that Islam teachings is about, well, terrorism. And if we deny this fact, they would come to us with a bunch of examples, like this one terrorist who says, I'm a Muslim and I'm doing what my teaching is telling me to do. And if we keep denying them, they would come to us with a bunch of more examples of Muslim terrorists. For them, every Muslims are terrorists, and seeing one just frightens them. They think that Muslims carry bombs and do all kinds of horrible things. And get this, because they are so scared of Islam, there's even a phobia about it. It's called Islamophobia. They are so scared of Islam that there's even a phobia about it. Could you believe that? To them, Muslims and the whole of Islam is nothing but a bunch of radical terrorists, and so they need to worry of the Muslims like Muslims were some kind of enemy in a video game. There are even reports where people will bully and slander someone who is a Muslim because they are scared that that Muslim will later on kill them or blow up a building. There are even polls where people were asked if they respect Muslims or not. And in the United States, 52% of people do not respect Muslims. They do not believe or trust Muslims for anything that they do. Because again, they think that Muslims are just some radical terrorists that will do radical things. So, how did they come to think that Muslims are terrorists in the first place? Well, it's because these so-called terrorists say that it's our Prophet's teachings that make them do such things. Well, to me, that is just absurd because that means they never even learned the basics of how a Muslim should act. Because the basics of how a Muslim should act is the exact opposite. A Muslim acts not with violence, but with kindness. So, for them to say that it's our Prophet teachings that make them do such things, then it's just a lie to make Islam look bad. Islam entices its followers to peace. War in Islam history would have never even happened if peace can be achieved. Peace is also one of the main reasons that Islam exists in this world. Like how it is explained in the Quran, Surah Al-Anfal, verse 61, that reads, وَإِن جَنَحُوا لِلسَّلْمِ فَاجْنَحْهَا وَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ إِنَّهُ هُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. Which means, and if they incline to peace, then incline to it, and rely upon Allah. Indeed, He is who is the hearing, the knowing. By that verse alone, it is shown in the Quran for a Muslim to incline to peace, not violence. So, do you still think Islam promotes violence? If those terrorists were actually Muslims and at least tried to learn to be one, they would have never even done such things in the first place. But what did they do? That's right, they did the exact opposite. And because of their actions, our teachings, our pride, and the whole of Islam is branded as a bunch of radical terrorists. When in actuality, Islam is nothing like that. If you're still doubting me, you can feel free to pick up any book that talks or teaches about Islam. I can promise you, none of them talks about how you should become a terrorist and do all kinds of horrible things. But I can be for certain that every one of them talks about how you should be kind to others. Not just Muslims, but everyone, no matter their religion, ethnic, or race. That is just how beautiful Islam is. We were taught from a very young age to respect and love others, no matter who it is. Because what it is to be a Muslim is not to assert dominance against others, but it is to believe in our God and do the actual teachings that our Prophet taught us, which is to spread peace into the world. So, if you have a blinded perception of Islam, I can reassure you, Islam is nothing like those terrorists say or do. We believe in world peace, kindness, and to accept anyone. Okay, let me ask you, do you think it's right to judge a whole community if you have never even seen someone from that community are actually like? What if you had a community and some random person just start a rumor about your community without knowing anyone from your community? How do you act in that situation? Of course, you would feel angry because that person who starts a rumor about your community never even know you or anyone in your community. What you feel at that moment is what Muslims feel when they are attacked and accused to be a terrorist. So, please, give Muslims a chance. Give us a chance to show to you that we are not terrorists and we do not condone terrorism. And I think that is all from me. Please do forgive me if I say anything wrong or might offend you in any way. And again, I am Nurfaiz Muhammad Kobi from the 8th grade of An Namiroh Junior High School. Wish all of you good health and strength to go through this pandemic. This has been me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.